What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you all for tuning in. As always, really appreciate each and every one of you. It's your boy Matty B, and for today's video, we're going to do a 2026 Pro Motocross preview, and holy crap, I'm hyped up. I think this could be the best season ever, and I don't even think that's just my usual optimistic beginning of the season attitude. This summer is going to be the real deal. The 450 class is set to be epic. We got the long-anticipated Jet versus Deegan matchup, but they have much more to worry about than just each other, like Hunta, Tomac, Prado, Sexton, and so many more. I could go on and on. And then Deegan being in the 450 class has also opened up the 250 class to where we are guaranteed to get a new champ into the contract this summer with contenders like Kitchen, Hammaker, Hymas, Shimoda, 6 or 9 star Yamahas, 2 Jews, Rider D, and more factory bikes than there are spots in the top 20. It's going to be insane. Deegan going to the 450 class has pretty much made the entire summer better in both classes. Cannot wait for it to get fired off. I could not possibly be much more excited, but in today's video, we're actually going to do more of a prediction show rather than a preview. I'm just going to give you guys my picks for what I think's going down in the great outdoors this summer, since I kind of feel like I've already been previewing it with the hours of footage I've been putting out since I've been out here in SoCal. But I've been out here for a few weeks now, and I've seen a lot of the top guys in action, so hopefully these are going to be some pretty informed picks. And before I make them, you guys know the deal. Got to give a huge thank you and a shout out to my channel sponsors. They make all these videos possible. They made this whole trip out to SoCal possible. And they're going to make my trips to the Pro Motocross races possible, so please do me a favor and go check them out. You can even save some money while you're at it. These videos would not be possible without ASV Inventions, home of the Unbreakable Lever, and the new S1 Series Single Pivot Adjustable National. Sirius Studio, they can take care of all your merch needs from hats, sweatshirts, shirts, bags, etc. And of course, the designlabco.com, they got some great designs in their lab at their co, and if you need anything graphic related, then definitely look no further than there. And I've got a new partnership coming soon with On Track School, which I'm actually a graduate of, so stay tuned for some more info on that coming soon. I've got links, discount codes, and all that fun stuff in my video description, and if you guys buy from them, a small portion of the sale goes to me to help keep the channel going. So if you guys are supporting them, you are literally supporting me. Hope you enjoy the video, and thanks again for watching. Alright, first off, we're going to leave the big dogs for last. I feel like the 450 is the class with the most suspense, the most excitement, so we're going to start off light. We're going to go with the 250 class, and we're going to do a top 10 in the 250 class predictions, and then top 15 in the 450 class. We're going to start at 10 in the 250 class, and for the 10 spot, I'm kind of taking the easy way out on this one, but I'm actually picking an entire team for this. It's got to be one of them, but I'm going with Bar X Yamaha. I can't pick one of them. I think it's going to be either Dylan Schwartz, Lux Turner, or Parker Ross. I've been watching them all out here at the test tracks. They have been flying, burning through the gas, putting in the motos, frying clutches, you name it, they've been doing it. So, yeah, a little bit of a cop-out on that one, but I feel like it's got to be Turner, Ross, or Schwartz. One of those Bar X guys I think is going to land it in the 10 spot, and to do that on a non-factory team in the 250 class, I mean, that's going to be super impressive if they pull that off. So I think they got the potential to do it, along with 9th place Max Handbrake Voland. And he was pretty sneaky, low-key good in the outdoors last year. He was always right there, hovering just inside the top 10. I believe he was about 8th in points. So I expect some good things out of Max. He's got another year under his belt, another year on that handbrake, getting some more comfort with it outdoors. So I think some standout rides might be hard to come by when you're not on a factory bike. I mean, it's going to take a good start in a perfect race. It's not to say you can't do it, but non-factory bikes make that a little bit tougher, but I expect them to be consistent and right there in that top 10. Then for the 8th spot, I'm going with Juju, 2 Jews, Bomer, and I've explained it so many times already, but guys, when I say 2 Jews, I'm not talking about Israel. His name is Juju, so 2 Jews, like J-U, but yeah, that's beside the point. I got Juju 8th. He's coming off injury, and obviously no momentum in the program right now. He hasn't raced since SMX last year, and that's when he had a pretty scary, nasty injury, so he hasn't been behind the gate for a while, so I feel like there may be a little bit of growing pains. He might have to kind of build into it throughout the summer, but I saw him ride a little bit at Elsinore a couple weeks ago, and he looked pretty aggro, looked comfy, so I think we're going to get a good Juju for outdoors this year. But like I said, he's been off for a while, and his outdoor results in the past haven't been anything too impressive, not really compared to his Supercross results where he's been a race winner and a podium guy, but I think there was also something going on with like his eyesight or something. I swear he had something done, or maybe I'm just making this up. So I think we see a better Juju than we did last year, but there's just a lot of good guys in this class. So we'll get to all of them. But then in the 7th spot, I'm going to go with the rookie Caden Dudney. And I really feel like this kid has a serious potential to break out this summer. I mean, we saw how Supercross went. It was pretty messy, very inconsistent, and all over the board, a lot of crashes, and just didn't quite translate his talent into some results whenever he went to the pro side on Supercross. But as far as outdoors go, I think it's a completely different story. This kid is very special. He set the fastest lap time ever recorded at Loretta Lynn's as a 14-year-old B rider a few years ago, and even when he jumped into the pro ranks last year at Unadilla, I mean, he ran like top five almost the entire second moto on a brutal Gnarls Barkley, sketchier than kindergarten artwork track. So clearly the potential's there. Now he's got another year under his belt. He kind of got benched or set aside or whatever you want to call it at the end of Supercross because it wasn't going well, but that's just going to give him even more time for outdoor prep. So I think this kid's going to come out hot. He's definitely going to be ready, and I could see some motos where he's on the podium, maybe even fights for moto wins. I really think this kid's that good, but he's still young. He still is a rookie, and I expect a little bit of inconsistency to come with that, but definitely stay tuned to Caden Dudney this summer. I think he's really going to open some eyes and impress a lot of you guys. Then for the sixth spot, I'm going with Ryder DiFrancesco. I've been watching him a lot while I've been out here as well, and he's been at all the tracks burning so many laps. I mean, moto after moto. Even at Paris the other day on Monday, he was doing some sprints and really looking sharp, really aggressive, and he just looks really, really comfy. I mean, the technique's always been good, but he just looks like he's putting the bike exactly where he wants it. I've seen the sprints, I've seen the long motos. I think he's got all the bases covered, and obviously Supercross was really good this season as well. So I think Ryder D, just like Dudney, he could be another guy that really breaks out this summer. And all reports are that he has a way better bike this year than he did last year on the gas twice. So I really feel like just like Caden Dudney, we have a potential to see a Ryder D breakout summer, especially after Supercross went really well. So hopefully he can keep that momentum going into outdoors because he's been looking really good at the practice tracks. But we all know race day is a different story. But then into the top five in this 250 class, in fifth place, I'm going to go with Seth Hammaker. And I was a little bit nervous about Hammaker at first. I mean, he had that big crash at Salt Lake City in the whoops. He actually said he tore one of his muscles. I forget what he said. He just told me today, and I already forgot. I'm cooked. Been working crazy hours out here, but he tore some muscles. I mean, not really much pain or anything. He just said he lost some strength. And I saw him riding last week at Glen Helen. He looked like he was riding pretty gingerly, not really taking any chances, just being kind of technical and smooth. But then I saw him at Paris yesterday and Elsinore today, putting in sprint laps, a lot of intensity. And even today, I mean, he was at the track for probably an hour or two longer than I was. Him and Mitch, the boys, they were all out there testing, getting a lot of laps in. So I definitely think we see a very good Seth Hammaker in outdoors. But one thing you got to consider is he's never won an outdoor yet. I actually don't think he has an outdoor podium overall yet either. So you kind of got to walk before you can run in this whole deal. So I think we're definitely going to see some podiums and hopefully some moto wins and some steps forward from Seth Hammaker. But at the end of the day, his outdoor experience and outdoor results just haven't quite been what he's had indoors. So I think we'll see maybe just a step behind what he's shown us in Supercross, but I still think he has a good season. Then in the fourth spot, I'm going to go with Cole Davies. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on this guy in the outdoors, and I actually had the chance to talk to Cole Davies' dad right before the main events in Cleveland. And he was very adamant that they're expecting nothing less in outdoors than what they did in Supercross. I mean, he said whenever the tracks get gnarlier, Cole gets better, so he's going to like the great outdoors. And more so than that, I mean, talk is cheap, but did you guys see him at Budds Creek last year? Yeah, the moto win was kind of a gift because Sushi and Deegan got penalized, but still, I mean, he came off injury, second ever pro national, and the dude gets a third in a moto. The second moto, I don't know where he finished. He might have been 38th, but it doesn't even matter. I mean, he's shown that he can do it once, so he's just got to harness that and figure out how to do it consistently. You know it's in there, so I feel like Cole Davies is going to be quite a bit better than a lot of people are expecting this summer. I still think there might be some bad races because he's never done the full circuit yet, so there's some tracks that he's never been to, and he's going to have some learning to do, but I think he wins motos, probably races, and he should definitely be a podium guy week in, week out. Then all the way down to the top three in this 250 class. And third place, I'm going to go with Chance Hymas. And just off speed alone, I kind of wanted to pick him as my champion. But like I said with Hammaker, you kind of got to walk before you can run. And Chance has had a very rough run with injuries lately. So I just want to see him make it through the season healthy. We all know how fast he is. I got to watch him a little bit today at Lake Elsinore. He and the Honda boys were doing some heavy testing. I mean, like 2 laps, balls out as fast as you can go, then right back to the truck. Change everything you can change and go out and try it again. So I was talking to my boy Brandon Scherer, who's working at HRC. They were having a little bit of trouble getting him comfy, but I think they took a huge step today. And he looked like he took a huge step today because he was flying. I mean, he looked insane. So I definitely think there's going to be some days where Hymas is going to be untouchable, like Thunder Valley. He's always good there. That's always good for a Hyman win. But I also think making it through the season healthy is going to be a little bit of a challenge. I mean, it kind of has been in the past, and man, I'm rooting for him to do it. I mean, Hymas has always been such a great rider. He's fun to watch and a lot of really good technique. It almost kind of doesn't make any sense as to why he gets hurt as much as he does, but Hymas is going to be good this year. There's going to be days where he's going to be great, but I just worry a little bit about him making it through all the way healthy. I really hope he does it, but we'll just have to wait and see. But now we're all the way down to the 2 spot. I'm going to go with Levi Kitchen, another one I got to watch ride today. He looked as good as ever, very comfortable, and While Hammaker was doing a lot of testing with the PC boys, Kitchen didn't seem to be doing any testing. I think his setup is already pretty dialed. He just went out there and busted out a bunch of motos and looked really comfortable, really fast, and really good doing it. So there's definitely going to be some races and some motos where Kitchen can't be touched. I mean, if he gets out front, a lot of times it's hard pressed to catch him, but I think there's also going to be some times where if you can't quite get off the gate with those top guys, it's going to be really hard to move through the field quick with this deep of a field, all these guys that are all pretty close. So I think that might be the difference between Levi Kitchen and the guy that I've picked for the championship, which is Joe Sushi Wasabi Shimoda. And if you think about it, this is kind of an obvious pick. I mean, Deegan won the championship last year, then Joe was second, Marchbanks was third, and he's in the 450 class now, and then you had Kitchen fourth. And if you take Deegan and Marchbanks out, who aren't in the class anymore, then Joe would have won the championship by like 130 points over Kitchen. So total domination if it goes like it went last year. Obviously, we had the injury in Supercross, so you would think there was a little bit of a question mark there. But again, I was talking to some of the Honda guys today, mainly my boy Brandon Scher. He's a G, but he was telling me that Joe Shimoda is not known for flying at the test track, like not at all. He's a racer, and rumor has it the dude is flying at the test track. So that's a dangerous sign for everybody else. I mean, a guy that doesn't usually thrive in practice is thriving in practice. So I think we're going to see a very lethal Joe Shimoda this summer. I mean, he's got the speed, he's got starts, he's very consistent. I mean, he's really the only one that even held a candle to Hayden Deegan over an entire season. I mean, beginning, middle, and end. He pretty much took the fight to him all summer, so I really see no reason besides injury or random bike problems or something freak that Joe Shimoda doesn't get this thing done. He's my favorite. I think he's the favorite, and yeah, I think if everything goes right for him, then Joe Sushi Wasabi Shimoda is going to be your 250 Pro Motocross champ. And that was just my top 10, but wait till you hear all the people I had to leave out. We got Anstey, Thrasher, Gordon, Manier, Mosiman and Brown when they return from injury, McAdoo, Romano, Adams when he gets back, Faulkner, Deno, Linville, Bennick. And by the way, all those names are on factory bikes. And then Cody Schock, Mumford, Avery Long, Lux Turner, Dylan Schwartz, Cole Timbo, Gavin Towers, Aiden Kiefer, Marshall Welton, Henry Miller, Derek Kelly, Alex Fedortsov, Hunter Yoder at select rounds, Matisse Boromez on the entry list for Paula, and then we're going to have Francisco Garcia and Jake Cannon from Bud Racing at a couple of rounds. I'm sure we'll have more Euros moonlighting, and then we're even going to have Lala Turner at least Southwick. It's all but confirmed, so she's going to be trying to make her first pro national against the men, and if the 250 class goes first with that fresh track in the B practice, then I would put a lot of money on the fact that she gets it done. But that was the 250 class. Now let's get into the big dogs and the real suspenseful national that is the 450 class. And this thing is going to be insane this summer. It is so deep, it's not even funny. But we're going to start with 15th, and I'm going to kind of talk about 14th and 15th together. But I hate to do this, I really do, and I hope I'm wrong. But 14th and 15th, I actually have the Troy Lee Designs Ducatis of Justin Barcia and Dylan Ferrandis. And it's not because of what kind of riders they are, the quality rider they are. Those guys are so much better than 14th or 15th. But I just worry a little bit about Ducati in their first year doing pro motocross. I mean, even Justin Barcia in interviews himself, he's talked about how the window is really small and it's kind of hard to get into. And he's even talked about the fact that it's a little bit easier to get into said window in Supercross than it is outdoors. So I think there's going to be some rounds where Barcia and Ferrandis are actually pretty good. They look about normal where they would have on any other bike, but then I think there's going to be some other tracks where they just can't quite nail the setup. They're not in that window, and then they have a real long day ahead of them. So I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of learning curves and bumps in the road for the Troy Lee Ducati boys. Then in 13th, I mean, all these picks are going to be insane way back here. This class is so stacked. I can't believe I'm putting Malcolm Stewart all the way back in the 13th spot. I mean, this dude was in the top 10 like every round last year, I mean, from what I remember, but there's a few extra new faces this year. The class is so stacked, and Malcolm's not exactly an outdoor guy. I think he would tell us that himself. He's gotten better. It seems like he's worked at it, but he's just not quite the same Malcolm Stewart as he is in Supercross. And man, that guy got beat up during Supercross. So hopefully it's all buffed out by now. If he's starting the season all banged up, then that's just a recipe for a bad time at the National. But yeah, Malcolm Stewart, I've got him 13th. But you guys know how these picks go. I mean, half the guys that I have ahead of him are probably going to get hurt or miss races or do something. I mean, I hope they're not going to, but it's just the nature of the beast. It's such a gnarly sport, but that's 13th. Then in 12th, I got Cooper Webb, which might be the most criminal thing I have on this list, but it's his last pro motocross season. I kind of feel like he's in NFG mode. I feel like this probably isn't quite a life or death season for Cooper Webb. I mean, I know he wants to figure out the great outdoors before he finishes them off, but I think that's more of a want, not a need. I mean, I feel like if this thing is halfway through the season and it's not going well, then If anything happens, I think he'll probably be very quick to try to get out of it. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all. I mean, if he's getting 7th, 10th, 11th, and outdoors, not making any money, and he can go take a break and heal up for SMX where he can make a big old bag, then I don't really know if I can blame him for that. It sounds like smart business, honestly, but yeah, if he finishes the season, I think he's higher up than that, but I just don't know. I think it's been a really long time since he has finished an outdoor season, and I kind of have a hard time betting against history. You guys will understand that whenever I get to the top of my picks. But then in the 11 ride, I got Mikkel Harup on the Tri-Muff, and I think Mikkel Harup's got a real potential to break out along with the guy I have right in front of him just in the top 10, but I worry a little bit about the inconsistency. He had it in the GPs. He had it a little bit last year, although I got to give him credit. He was way better last year than I expected in his first season in pro motocross, but 450 class is a different beast. Mikkel's a bad dude, but so are all the 10 dudes ahead of him and like the 20 that are going to be behind him. It's a dog eat dog world of the national. I think he's going to have some really good rides. He maybe even, his ceiling could be fighting towards the top 5, but if he gets a bad start, he's back there fighting for his life like he's in downtown Chicago, then it's a different experience from 10 to 15 in the 450 class with names like Webb, Mookie, Barsha, and Ferrandis on my predictions. So definitely going to be gnarly. But then as you get into the top 10, I've got Garrett Marchbanks, and I'm even having a hard time putting him all the way back in 10th because I've been watching him out here at the practice tracks in California, and dude has been flying. It doesn't seem like Garrett Marchbanks is having any trouble getting comfortable on the Kawasaki because he looks awesome out here. Super aggressive. I've seen him doing the motos. I've seen him doing the sprints. I've seen him doing testing. All their bases should be covered. And I mean, there's been days where he's been at the track with Prado and Barsha, and I think Garrett looks like the fastest guy, although I'll get to Prado when I talk about him because Marchbanks was not the fastest guy today at the track, but I think Marchbanks has the potential to have some really good breakout rides. The only thing I worry about is the starts. I mean, no matter how many CCs the guy has, he's just had trouble whenever the gate drops and get into the first corner. The rest of his race is sick, but he's always had a little bit of trouble with that. But even if he struggles with the starts, he's no stranger to passing like 6 or 9 guys per lap. So I got Marchbanks solidly in the top 10 all season. Then in 9th place, I got RJ Hampshire. And again, hard for me to put him all the way back here. Kind of insane, actually, because he had a really good season last year. He got a couple of podiums. He was a top 5 guy pretty much every single weekend. But the thing about this 450 class this year is it's a different beast than it was last year. I mean, we got Deegan. We got the real Prado. Nobody's really coming in hurt, so it's super deep. So that's kind of why I got RJ a few spots further back than last year. And he did get hurt in Supercross. He hasn't had a gate drop in quite some time, so that could be a blessing and a curse because he might have to work himself back into the racecraft and all that. But at the same time, he's also had some extra time for some outdoor prep, so he should have the settings dialed and have some more 30+2s on outdoor tracks than most of the guys he's racing against. So RJ's ceiling is so much higher than 9th. We all know that, but yeah, whenever you guys hear all the names I have ahead of him, I mean, it'll kind of make sense. Somebody's got to get 9th. I kind of feel bad in a way about pretty much every pick I made on this list, except for like the top 3. But then for 8th place, I got Aaron Plessinger. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on this guy. I haven't heard anybody talking about him coming into this pro motocross season, but he had already been back on the bike and on outdoors for 3 weeks, so he was well into the swing of TGO, and I don't know any pro racer that loves outdoors like Aaron Plessinger does. This dude lives for the outdoors. I feel like most of these guys, they love Supercross. It's the glitz and the glam, little shorter motos, maybe a little bit easier as far as the grit factor, but AP loves the great outdoors. He lives for them, so I know he's hyped up. I mean, he sounded hyped up a couple weeks ago, so I know with the race coming up this weekend, he's got to be jazzed beyond repair, so I've got a resurgence from AP coming this summer. I mean, you guys have probably already forgotten how many podiums this dude has. He's been close to a first win so many times in the 450 class outdoors, even as recent as Thunder Valley last year. So he's got it in him. He's shown it so many times, and I think it comes right on back out this summer without a choice. Then in the 7th spot, I didn't know what the hell to do about this guy, but I got Chase Sexton, and obviously he's not a 7th place guy. I mean, he has the potential to be a race winner, a championship guy, but we all know, no secret, this season with Kawasaki has been far from what they were looking for. Just short of a disaster. There's even been some rumors that Chase tried to get out of his Kawi contract before outdoors, and if he did that, I don't know where the hell he was going to go, but it looks like he's going to line up on green. All systems go there, and yeah, the dude's just clearly not been happy with the bike all year. There's even been some reports that the bike's a little bit better in Supercross, a little bit easier to get used to, but maybe that was just Prado that said that, so take it with a grain of pepper, but yeah, I mean, me putting Chase 7th, it's not really a reflection on Chase at all. It's just a reflection on this year's Chase and Chase on the Kawasaki. They just haven't been vibing, and yeah, I don't know if I see it getting a whole lot better in outdoors than it was in Supercross. And If it is as bad as Supercross, once they get to about round 4 or 5, there's been a lot of people that have theorized that maybe he would get air quote banged up and just take the summer off. And yeah, it's not the craziest thing I've ever heard. So hopefully we see him finish it off, and hopefully we see him firing on all cylinders. Because, like I always say, the series is better with all the top guys in it and at their best form. But I don't know if it's going to happen. So I've got him seventh. Hope I'm wrong. I really do. But then for sixth place, I got Justin Cooper, the guy that you almost never noticed. You don't hear much about him, but every time he's out there digging, putting in really solid rides. Just a little bit under the radar, but J. Coop is very effective outdoors, very consistent. I don't really see too many highs and lows. I don't think he's going to be a moto winner, an overall winner, or anything like that. I do see a couple of podiums. He always finds a way to squeak a couple of those out, but I just see him being like a 4 to 7 guy pretty much every moto all season long. And at the end of the season, that's going to put him right up there in points, just like it did in Supercross. So that's where I got J. Coop. Then we're getting to the real big dogs, the top 5. And these were so hard to pick. These guys are all so good. I kind of feel like they could almost be a little bit interchangeable. You could just swap them around, and I wouldn't really be able to hate on the picks. But in the 5th spot, I've got Eli Tomac. I've said it before, and I've said it again. I kind of hate to do it. I want to see Beast Mode get some wins, be a championship contender and all that, but just the way Supercross went on the KTM, I mean, that midseason slump, I don't really know how you overlook that, and we still don't really know exactly what it was. It didn't seem like it was an injury or anything like that, so it kind of leads me to believe that there were some setup issues, and he started out really good on the west coast of Supercross, so I think his first 2 or 3 rounds of the outdoors and the Cali rounds in Thunder Valley, I think he'll be really good at those because similar dirt, hard packed, and all that, but then when it gets east, just like it did in Supercross, when it gets a little bit more rutted and soft, I feel like that might be where we see some setup struggles. They don't have any data with Tomac and the KTM on outdoors yet, so this is going to be his first trip to all these tracks on the KTM, so that's going to be a little bit of a learning curve in itself. And it's been a long time since Tomac's won a Pro National. I mean, he won a moto at Hangtown last year, but as far as an overall, it's been like 3 or 4 years. It's been quite some time, so I do kind of think he squeaks one out this year. I think he gets one on orange and breaks that long streak, but I think there's going to be a little bit of inconsistency, maybe a little bit of a midseason lull, and I think that's what puts him back in the 5 spot. But I definitely think there's going to be races where he's much better than 5th. Then for 4th, I got to go with Jorge Prado, and I've watched him ride a lot out here in SoCal, and up until today, I mean, he's looked really, really good, don't get me wrong, but as far as just raw speed, it hasn't been anything crazy impressive. He's kind of just been riding about 75, 80%. And just being really technical. I mean, he does cool stuff and cool looking stuff on the bike, but he's just looked like he's been riding very within himself. But today at Lake Elsinore, invite only national, holy crap, homie, threw down the gauntlet. I got to see Prado do some sprint laps. He did like 10 or 12 of them. I don't even know. I took a video of several of them, so stay tuned for all that footage. But wow, dude, like he went as fast or faster than anybody I've ever seen ride a dirt bike. And don't get me wrong, we're talking about practice. It's just a practice track, but that was about all I need to see. KTM MXGP Jorge Prado is definitely back. This dude's ready for pro motocross, and I really wouldn't be surprised at all if he wins the first round at Fox Raceway this weekend, just starts it off with a bang and goes to round 2 with the red plate. The only thing I worry about and why I have him down in the 4th spot is it gets hotter than hell at some of these rounds. And in MXGP, I think when it's been really hot, he's maybe had some issues with some fading, maybe some heat issues, stuff like that. And American heat's different anyway than the Euro heat. We got that humidity. I mean, it's thicker than, yeah, I'm not even going to make the analogy. I was thinking about somebody's rear end, but I'm just going to leave it at that. But I think that's going to factor into a little bit of consistency, maybe a couple of bad races for Jorge throughout the summer. And that's all it's going to take in this field. If you have 2 or 3 races where you're a little bit off, I feel like that could be the difference between being champion and being 4th where I have him. So there's definitely going to be races where this dude can hardly be touched. I mean, I'm already thinking about Southwick. I maybe could see a Lucas Coonan versus Jorge Prado battle. That'd be insane. But yeah, I just think a couple of bad rounds might be the difference between this and the championship for Jorge Prado. But he's definitely going to be a player for this thing. George is gone. Jorge's back. This dude is for real. And I actually cannot wait to see what he's got for us. I think you guys are going to see why I was so damn pissed off why he was quitting last year, because he is going to be sick. Then all the way down to the top 3, the big 3, in the 3 spot. Here comes everybody telling me I'm a hater because I'm not picking him to win, but I'm going with Hayden Deegan. Rookie season. He's going to be sick. We all know it. We've seen the videos. He looks unreal. He's already started the trash talking. I even saw a Dirt Shark video where he was asked about Jet, and he said, nah, man, Hunter's the one who's looking good right now. I don't think it's Jet's brother anymore. I think it's Hunter's brother. So that was a hilarious shot fired. We've also seen the Instagram videos where he's using Jet's Chick songs as the music choices. So all these subtle jabs. I mean, for me, it's hilarious. It's definitely entertaining, and we'll see if it bites him at some point during the season. He also talked about how it hasn't really bitten him in the 250 class besides one time with Kitchen. But yeah, he's going to be really good this summer. I have a hard time seeing him just jump right in and figuring out the 450 across 11 rounds and being the champion. That's not to say he doesn't have the potential to do it. I mean, he's pretty much figured out everything he's done at a very, very insanely high level already. So I'm not putting it past him, but I'm just not sure if I'm willing to bet on it. So I definitely see moto wins, overall wins, and obviously insane speed and cool stuff that Deegan always does. But one thing I am kind of worried about, he fixed the starts in Supercross. He was really good at them, but dude, that Yamaha 450 is an insane barking beast. It is hard to keep that front end on the ground. So I think that can maybe lead to some inconsistency in the starts, but if he figures those out, he's going to be as good as anybody this summer. I cannot wait for this matchup. I mean, we talked about Jet versus Deegan, but I've already talked about everybody else enough for you guys to have figured out there is way more guys in Jet versus Deegan. This thing is going to be a banger all summer. But now we're down to the top two. It's down to the Lawrence brothers, and in second place, I'm going with Hunta. So close in the Supercross season, and he was great in outdoors last season too, so he's got all the momentum. I almost forgot how close he was to win an SMX too, so he's been right there. He's kind of been the bridesmaid, and I hate to pick him to be the bridesmaid again, but like I said earlier, I have a hard time betting against history, and obviously Hunter's going to be good. I have him for moto wins, overall wins. It's actually really surprising to think that he got his first ever overall win last year at Ironman, I believe, when Jet hit the gate. So he kind of almost got it on a technicality. But I think overall, as a rider, as a racer, I think Hunter's taken a pretty big step over the last year. I mean, dude was so sick in Supercross. I wasn't expecting it at all. I totally slept on him. I'm actually still snoring right now, but just kidding. I'm awake. Hunter is sick. And yeah, I mean, Deegan might not have been that far off. If Jet keeps getting hurt and Hunter keeps getting the momentum and starts clicking off some wins, maybe a championship, then maybe one day it will be Hunter's brother. But for now, I'm not willing to go there for the championship in the 450 class. I'm going with Jet Lawrence. I just can't bet against history. And if this dude starts a championship and finishes it, then he's always the champion pretty much. It's in the contract, especially on the 450. I mean, this is the guy that went 22-0 as a rookie. I mean, he is insane. So are the rest of the top 5, 6, 7 guys on this in this list, but Jet just does it differently. You guys can call me a glazer or whatever. I honestly don't care, but I know what I'm watching. The dude hops around the track and does stuff like I've never seen. I think we're going to see some similar stuff from Prado this year, but yeah, across the 22 Moto Championship, 11 rounds, all kinds of different tracks, weather, and all that. I just can't bet against Jet Lawrence. He should have plenty of time of outdoor prep. I mean, the injury was pretty gnarly. There's even been some rumors about him maybe having another injury or still struggling with the old one and not racing. But by all accounts, those are just rumors. He should be on the gate this weekend, and that's not to say he's going to be 100% and that ankle, foot, or whatever he did isn't going to be hurting him a little bit. But I think he can fight through it. He's a total alien. I mean, there's been a lot of UFO and alien disclosure in the news, but we've been watching an alien for years. It's not news to us. Now, I do think this is the championship that Jet's going to have his back against the wall in the most. I mean, he's coming in under the gun. Didn't get to race any Supercross. Very gnarly injury with a longer recovery time than expected. So maybe he starts off a little bit slow, doesn't give us that 1-1 domination at Paula like he always does, and just builds into it. But yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen. I just can't help but pick Jet for the championship. I mean, if he starts and finishes the series, then that's what he always does. So that's what I'm going with, but we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, there's so much that could happen. That's why we go racing, and that was just my top 15. Listen to all these guys that I left out of that list. We got Jordan Smith, Benny Bloss, Mitchell Oldenburg, Christian Craig, Colt Nichols, Valentin Guillot, Justin Hill if he's racing. I mean, he's probably won some SMX points. Who doesn't love money? But then we got Mitchell Harrison, Vince Freese, Grant Harlan, Freddie Noren, Lorenzo Lucurcio, Justin Rodbell, Jack Chambers, Cornelius Tondel, Devin Simonson's going to be at a few rounds. Then we're going to have Roan van de Moosdijk from the GPs at a couple rounds. I think Australian champ Kyle Webster is supposed to be at a couple rounds. Then we're going to have a couple of off-road guys at the first 2 or 3 rounds like Mason Simmons, Dante Oliveira, and Ryan Surratt. Of course, there's going to be tons of privateers. The 450 class is full of them, and then we're going to have the other Euro guys that I don't even know about yet that they'll just show up, probably run top 15, and take some spots from the hardworking privateers that are just digging their lives out, just getting put back another couple spots from another couple of bad dudes. And sorry this sounds a little bit different. This is a last-second edition, but I almost forgot to mention the Coonan twins coming over from MXGP. Lucas is the 450 points leader. Sasha's second place in MX2 in the 250 class, and they're going to be sick. It's going to be super exciting. Lucas should be a threat for a podium or maybe even a win. And Sasha's going to be a threat for a crash, but he's crazy fast too. I mean, if he stays up, he'll be a factor for a podium or a win as well. So that's going to be a super intriguing part of the pro motocross season. Maybe one of the best parts of it. I really can't wait to see what they bring to the table, but they're supposed to be racing Thunder Valley, Southwick, and Ironman. But that's all I got for you guys for my preview slash prediction national. It really wasn't much of a preview, but those are my picks for the summer. By all means, please let me know in the comments how stupid I am and how wrong I am. And let me know why I'm wrong and stupid. I want to hear what you guys think. It ain't all about me. It's not like I know it all or much at all, actually. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate each and every one of you. And can't wait for the Pro Motocross Series to start. It is going to be so sick. It's like the most anticipated season that I can remember. I couldn't be much more amped up. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Free of choice.